What's going on in your mind right now, just being seen?
Just in my heart is beating fast. And just so you know, like I knew I was going to be here with you in the stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. I'm happy for this.
Well,
But
good.
yeah, I'm a little bit nervous.
Good. Well, first of all, for you,
Yeah.
respect on the honesty. Because it's easy to be like, oh, you know, it's okay. Now, why do we have that reflex? It's okay. Because we don't want to acknowledge what's going on inside. We don't want to acknowledge the negativity. We're like, oh, everything's fine. People pleaser, everything's fine. So respect on actually being, you know what? I'm a little nervous. For all of you here, what this also means is it's okay to acknowledge what you're feeling at any point in time. If you're nervous, what's so bad about saying you're nervous? Yet, when we feel nervous, we feel like no one can see this or I will die and the world will explode. That's not true. Okay, I'm nervous. Hey, you don't know what to say? I don't know what to say. Now, let's speak to that nervousness. Why are you nervous?
I think because I'm a little bit afraid to make a fool of myself or to say something. I don't know. At some point, like I am an actress. I'm just finishing my training this week, and I'm really nervous about the following because you know, every step I want to take, like you said, I know what I have to do, but you know, I can't like find a way to do the little things I have to do.
Two questions. Number one, what's the worst case scenario right here, right now? If you ask that nervous part of you, yeah, say everything went the worst possible. Like, what's the worst outcome? You're like, just not that. I just don't want that to happen. What would that be?
Like, everybody would hate me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with the actress and actor journey, what's the fear there? What's the number one thing holding you back from just truly putting yourself out there and just going for it?
Rejection.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's so bad or scary about rejection?
To be alone.
What's so scary about that?
I don't like it.
Why?
I'm crazy when I'm alone.
How so?
I'm sober for a little bit more than a year. I quit smoking, I quit dating, like just to focus on myself. I've made really important choices in my life, and I still feel crazy. So yeah, when I'm alone, I'm like, yeah, that's weird, man.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
When did you, not on the crazy side, but on the, when did you first start feeling this kind of craziness being alone in life? When did it start seeping
When I
in?
was just a little girl, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember perhaps something that caused it? Like, was there a before and an after?
I guess you know, in my family, like I'm really imaginative, and I had my own worlds, but I think I kept it while I was adolescent and an adult.
But say we rewound time, because you weren't born like that, I hope.
No.
Right? Unless as a baby, you're just like, your parents set you down, it's like, time to sleep, like crazy. It's like, you weren't born like that. So something happened where there was a shift from you born just feeling, just being, to, I just can't be with me. Can you remember around if there is a before after?
I guess, yeah, the atmosphere at home was a little bit rough. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do you hate about you?
About myself? It depends on my mood. When I'm like acting in the flow, I love it. But sometimes I don't like how I look, or the thoughts I have that I feel are limited.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like they are not mine.
How do you deal with that when it happens? Or how do you treat yourself when it happens?
Most of the time I insult myself. I try not to, but I do it. I can't, you know. I know this is like the default mode. I try to be nice with myself. I am in a 12-step program too, so you know,
Nice.
you know what is it. So like my sponsor is telling me, you stop this shit.
Yeah.
So now I'm a little bit more used to it, but yeah, my default mode is to be really rough on myself.
Okay. Have you been rough on yourself for quite some time?
Yeah.
One more question linking to your past. When did you start being rough on yourself as a kid growing up?
What?
When did you start being just insulting yourself like you did?
I think
When did that start?
when I was like 12 or 13 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you think back to younger you, do you feel proud, ashamed, angry?
Ashamed, angry. Yeah.
Did you ever forgive younger you?
No.
If you see a picture of younger you, how do you feel?
I have a picture of me in my wallet, but this is the small me. But I don't have mine of as a teenager.
Why not?
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I have difficulty to forgive myself at this age. Yeah.
Like if someone pulled out a picture, like here's you as a teenager, and you saw that version of you, what would kick in?
I'm like, oh man, she was mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she hated herself. Yeah.
So a few things here, and once more, respect for the honesty. Number one, and this is for everyone, it is important to audit your past and audit these younger versions of you. Meaning, we always tend to think that you could say the force that's holding us back is out there, or the enemy is out there, or you're in a way a victim to what's out there. And sure, that can be true. Yes, there could be things out there holding you back, but more often than not, the number one person holding you back is you, and not even just current you, but due to the relationship you have with younger versions of you in your past. Meaning everyone has this younger version of you that messed everything up. If you look back at how things went, you're like, why did that younger me do this? Or why didn't I do that? Things would be so different. And then you carry this kind of relationship with yourself that follows you in the future. Now, to work on this, a few things. Number one, and this is important for you in terms of how you treat yourself, I find that it can be very helpful on an external level to start viewing, one, that you're not alone, that you're in a relationship with you. Key. All of you here, if you're alone in your room, you're not actually alone. You're there with you. If you are afraid of being alone, you're not actually afraid of being alone. You're afraid of being in a relationship with you. Because you're stuck with you. You're married to you until death. All of you are. So the question there isn't so much like, oh, I can't be alone, I can't be alone. It's, well, why do I despise me so much? Why do I hate being in this relationship with me? What's going on? And this really comes down to then, well, let's listen to both sides. You ever hear of marriage counseling? Relationship counseling? It's the same thing. Did you ever relationship counsel you? And you can play this game with yourself. No joke. You sit down. You can have your couch as if it's a therapy session with a counselor. It's you and you. And imagine it's like a counselor. It's like, so, how's it going with you? How do you feel about you? And then one side's like, oh, I just hate myself when younger beyond. I can't do this and this. And then the other one's like, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And let it flow. Let yourself vent, because every word is valuable data that you can then work with. And this is also part of this work. It's don't try to stuff down the negative. Listen. It's like, hey, why do you not like yourself? Because of this. Write it down. Valuable data. Because of this. What's the comeback you want to have? Because of this. Write it down. Becoming aware of this relationship. Awareness is always step one. Okay? Now, to take it one step further with this relationship with you, I personally like to view it not so much as a romantic relationship with you, but more so a parent-child relationship. Meaning, what if you were your own parent? And in those moments, like you said, I'm just not taking action or this, and then you start insulting yourself. If you were your own parent and you were actually talking to your own kid, would you insult yourself that way?
No.
And this is for everyone. If you analyze the way you treat yourself, if it was a parent-child relationship, is that how you treat your kid? Nope. Right? It's crazy. You might procrastinate on something, and what do? You self-attack all night. Stupid, stupid. Imagine a parent like that. Stupid, stupid. You wouldn't do that. Right? I'm a little too scared. I have some anxiety. The parent like, loser. What kind of idiot has anxiety? Yet that's what we do to ourselves, no? It's insane. The little test I was like passing these thoughts through or analyzing those moments is, if I wouldn't say this to my kid, don't say it to me. So it's, would I say this to my kid? And then to take it even one step further, what I would do is find a picture of you in your teenage years and put it somewhere where you see her every day. Like, boom, on your bathroom mirror, you're just seeing that version of you. This will do a few things. One, it might trigger you, because it'll remind you of all that. You're like, oh, no, you're my worst enemy, you. With those sensations, you can then start letting go and processing them. So triggering, like getting triggered, isn't bad. It signals, there's something to let go of here, something to work on. But then you can also practice recultivating a healthy relationship. Because you're not just in a relationship with current you, you're also in a relationship with past you. And what it signals here is that although right now you might try to work on, me with myself, how we're doing, etc., and you're doing a good job, that teenage you though, not me, not you, get in the corner, no. Yeah. And that's the one you really have to work on. Yeah. And this will also allow you to just start feeling more whole and more confident and more at ease. Because otherwise you're always going to feel like, on one hand, self-trust will rot away, because what if that younger version of you comes back up again? You're like, then she'll ruin my life again. So you never truly trust yourself. You always have to put on a certain front because you're afraid of being seen. Like, what if someone sees through that? And in the end, like, your self-esteem rots too, because you don't love you. You don't love everything that is you. It doesn't mean approving of everything that is you, to be clear. You could look back and say, you know what, that wasn't cool what I did, shouldn't have done that, so on and so forth. But it's no reason to, I'm not going to love you. The same as if you have a kid, like you said, what if your kid's negative one day? Are you like, I only love you when you're positive, child? No, you're like, okay, I still love you, but you're being negative. Right? What if your kid even has some negative emotions? You'd be like, I only love you when it's positive emotions. What if your kid makes a mistake? I only love when you don't make mistakes. That's the type of relationship with you. Now, what we're going to do here is, what's your name?
Ines.
Ines. Let's just say I'm now younger Ines, younger you. You in your adolescence. Just think of the period that you're just like, I just can't. And you see me here. What would you tell me? What comes to mind? I'm younger you, right here. What comes to mind?
Why did you take your eyebrows off, first of all? Stop smoking, stop drinking, you asshole. Sorry, I said asshole, but I mean, you are fucking egoist, and you should make money aside and take off this fucking house the fastest as you can.
Why am I doing those things?
Because you are hurt.
Can you help me stop doing those things? How can you help me?
Giving you love.
Didn't sound like much love.
No. No.
So help me. What do I need to hear?
Fuck. I'm sorry.
Breathe into it. Honor what you're feeling.
I knew I would cry, fuck.
Breathe into it.
I'm sorry you have to go through that by yourself. And there is no one to help you.
Do you love me?
Yes, I love you.
What if I'm smoking?
This is stupid, but I understand.
What if I'm just only thinking of me?
You don't know better.
And the eyebrows.
That's fashion suicide.
But do you still love me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one more perspective. I'm now current you. Looking at you in the mirror. What do you want to tell me?
I'm proud of you. And you're not alone anymore. And I'm really proud of you.
I'm afraid of getting rejected.
You are afraid of getting rejected.
Help me.
I feel like you have no choice than to go. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you cannot stay like this. This is not possible. You can't not go back.
I'm afraid of what you'll think of me if I get rejected. What will you think of me if I get rejected?
I will think that you are brave to do it anyway.
Would you still love me if I get rejected?
Yes.
Would you still love me if I fail?
I'll try.
Why wouldn't you love me? Why would it be hard to love me if I
know.
fail?
I don't know, like it's like I can't even picture a life failing. I try to see, like, can I be happy even though I don't attain my objective, my goals? And it feels really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's like totally crazy, because if I don't fail, I can't succeed. I know it, I know it.
But can you be happy if you don't?
I guess so, yeah.
Why is it better if you achieve your goals?
I mean, just the fulfillment and the adventure are,
Okay. Now, first of all, give her a hand on this, everyone. Massive respect. No, for you, massive respect, just being honest, being raw. But as you can see, there's a lot that does come up around this relationship. So the more you do bring your awareness, younger you, current you, any version of you, how you treat yourself, just awareness, and then combine it with deep inner work, letting go, it'll help a lot.
Yeah.
But the final thing I want to touch on here, which is what you said at the end, which is I need to achieve my goals to be happy. Mm-hmm. And this is for everyone. Should you have goals in life, yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Is it important to have goals in life?
Yes.
Yes. However, be careful not to use goals, which are inspiring and exciting, give personal meaning to this experience, as barriers. So what does that mean? We take this goal and we're like, well, I'm going to go for it, but I'm going to, for some reason, take my happiness and put it on the other side. And now I'm going to chase it. It's self-generated unhappiness or self-generated lack, where you're literally saying, I can't be fulfilled right now. No one's saying that. Like, no one says, by the way, you can't be happy unless you achieve your goals. You can't be fulfilled unless you achieve your goals. No one says that. We just believe it. Right? It's like, well, wait a minute, why? That's no different than me saying, you know what, everyone, Ines, I can't be happy unless I'm holding this phone in my hand. Ooh, oh gosh. I need it. Okay. Whew. That's what we do with goals. You look at me like I'm insane, right? I can't set it down. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be unfulfilled. I need to hold the phone. I just can't. I need to hold it. Then you have to analyze, well, where does that come from? Who told you that? Do you believe you were happy as a baby before conditioning? Yeah. Did that baby you think that? Like, only if I'm accomplishing my goals.
No, I was a happy baby.
Yeah. So it's some kind of, that's part of what we talked about before. There's the hardware and the virus.
Yes.
That's the virus. If you don't get rid of the virus and you operate from that assumption, you'll never get out of it. Meaning, if you assume I'll only be happy and fulfilled when I achieve my goals, from there, any action that you take reinforces that. You'll never find a way out. So it's actually zooming out and saying, well, wait, where does that assumption come from? And then also reflecting on the opposite, which means, could you be okay never achieving your goals? What if the universe, God, came to you and said, Ines, you will never achieve any of your goals, ever. No matter what you do, no matter what you try, it's a guarantee. What's getting triggered within?
It's because I ate a space cake in January, and I had this conversation with God, and he told me that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know people are like, oh, she's weird, but yeah. He told me, like, yeah. And I just want to leave it and to accept that yeah, my mind gets in the way, you know what I mean? But yeah.
So first of all, it's a great thing for God to ask you. 2, just be careful with the justifications. Like, people probably think I'm weird.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Why is he? No. Don't jump to the negative.
Yeah.
No one thought that. I literally was like, that was awesome. Like, literally, I'm like, nice. But the one thing I would dive into is, well, sinking into that, notice the thoughts or sensations of resistance to it. Like, even in this moment, what's missing?
Right now.
What's missing in you? Why are you not peak fulfilled right now?
I don't know. It's like, yeah.
Never say I don't know.
Because I always, the future things I have to do are only in my mind. Like, I'm not in the present moment. I'm trying, but there is always this,
Yeah.
you know?
What's so scary about being present right now? Taking this moment in, just,
Nothing.
well, there is. That's the right answer, not the real answer.
Okay. The real answer is to be seen.
Okay. Okay. Last thing I'll leave you with, stuff to dive into, but last, just external, or you could say mindset to keep in mind is this. For everyone, more doesn't increase fulfillment. More doesn't make it better. That's what your ego wants you to believe. Meaning, if you just take, say, myself and coaching, I don't feel more fulfilled the bigger the crowd. I don't. I could be coaching one person, I could be coaching hundreds of people. Fulfillment-wise is the same. When it comes to your purpose and your goals, there's always more. Say you do well at acting, there's always levels and levels and levels and levels, and it's endless. There's always more. But what you'll notice is it doesn't increase this fulfillment. If you don't feel fulfilled right now, even if you accomplish one thing, you'll then chase the next one. It'll follow you forever. Probably even similar to now, where maybe earlier when you were younger, you're like, if I could just start acting school, then it'll be better. And then you're in acting school, once I get the first job, then you get the first job, I need the other job. Endless.
Yeah.
So all that matters when it comes to fulfillment is stepping into, and it sounds a bit cheesy, but stepping into authenticity and aligning yourself with the direction. In terms of the direction, you can always accomplish more, forever. But it cannot affect fulfillment, and it won't. Because in the end, too, it's your relationship with the right here, right now that follows you. If you're not happy right here, right now, you won't be happy in the future. Right? The same with money, by the way. The example I always give is, if you audit the relationship you have with yourself right now, say it's a relationship of self-hate and escapism and numbing, right? Like, say right now you're like, oh, I come home after work and I'm stressed and I just need a drink. I just need to put on some TV and play some PlayStation. You think money will solve that? You know what money will do? It'll amplify that. Or instead of drinking a cheap drink or a beer, you'll be able to go to a fancy cocktail club. Instead of playing PlayStation, you'll be able to travel. But it's the same pattern. Here, it doesn't matter how much success, it'll be the same thing that follows you. But then it will actually mess with you because you're like, I should be feeling so fulfilled. What's wrong with me? Very important. It's actually easier to feel unhappy when you're unsuccessful because you can blame the external. If you actually accomplish all your goals and you're still unhappy, then you're like, something's wrong with me, oh no, and it actually makes it worse. It robs you of your excuses. That's what success does. Okay, so for you, to recap once more, first thing you're gonna do when you go home is what? Find an old
picture of me and put it in some place that I can see it every day.
Every day you're gonna look at that picture and say, I love
you.
And you're going to not say it trying to BS yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to say it to see if there's like some cringe that surfaces, which you can then start breathing into and processing.
Okay.
Okay? I would do it in 2 steps. I would look at the picture, I love you. And he was like, I love you. Breathe in. Then I would look at current you.
Yeah.
I love myself. I love you. That's on one side to trigger those sensations. Some other times I would also play that kind of counselor game and actually dive into the negativity too. So the saying I love you triggers the resistance, the negative sensations. Diving into the negativity can bring in some data. And I would also keep applying the what if I was my own parent and child at the same time? Do I have a healthy relationship, or am I an abusive parent? And for most people, most of you, you're abusive parents. Not to actual kids, but to your inner child. Most people alive are abusive parents to their inner child. And you're all here for abusive parent rehab. That's what this event is. It's like, stop attacking your inner child and being so cruel to different parts of yourself. Develop a self-love relationship, a healthy relationship with you. And then remember, when it comes to your goals, can you still love yourself if you get rejected? Because you will be rejected. Everyone will be. Even if you succeed, you'll be rejected. And can I allow myself to feel fulfilled right now? Don't put that in the future. Don't rob yourself of that true fulfillment which all of you have access to right now. You can think too, right? We're talking about if the universe or God, like that is God's gift to you, saying I'm not going to create you in a way where there's something missing. Like, how cruel would that be?
Yeah.
Right? That's like literally if you had your child and you're like, I made you incomplete. Go chase this, loser. And then you yell at your kid the entire way through. That's what we do. No, you already have it all. You just bought into the lie, which everyone buys into. It's a very heavy and social proof lie. The same with the lie, you're not good enough. We all buy into it. Why? Because you don't know any better. You're born, you look around in the world, and everyone else believes it. Very few people are fulfilled. So you're like, well, I guess me too. No, it's all a lie. Okay. Now, one last thing for you before I let you go here. Speaking to yourself here in this moment, 2 questions. How do you feel about you? How do you feel about what went down?
Right now?
Uh-huh.
Right
now, how do you feel about the past 20 minutes?
I feel really thankful, grateful, and happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then words for future you. If you could say something right now that future you would see, say a year from now,
Yeah.
what would you say?
Keep going. I believe in you.
Hell yeah. Give her a hand. Amazing. Amazing.